readings today. The moon is in Aquarius, bringing a vibe of breakthrough, shake up, unexpected developments, getting outside the box, which can help us access new thinking, new ideas, and new perspectives and possibilities. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, October 29th. We also have today the first quarter moon in Aquarius, so sun in Scorpio, moon in Aquarius, and that brings a time of challenge. So the first quarter and the last quarter moon, when the moon is half full, are both times of something coming to the surface, some kind of challenge or issue that requires us to be present. And in the case of the first quarter moon, it is inviting or asking or demanding us to make a decision about how we are going to go forward. And it might require leaving behind some of the comforts of the past to embrace new possibilities. So, opening to what we are becoming and stepping into new identities, new approaches, new ways of thinking and doing things. Especially with the first quarter moon being in Aquarius, we are thinking here about authenticity. So, how are you moving into a deeper truth for yourself, for what it means to be you, for how you move in the world? And again, with Aquarius, it's about breaking free of the constraints and restrictions and limitations of the past, shaking things up, really stepping into that freedom to be who we are. And Mercury is just entering Sagittarius. So moving from Scorpio, where Mercury has been, into Sagittarius. And in that placement, Mercury opposes Uranus. So we have that outer planet energy that I talked about a couple of days ago on Monday. I think I dove a little bit deeper into the significance of Mercury in this placement, and it's further developing today as Mercury enters Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Mercury is communication, right? And there's a lot of concepts here that I'm trying to like kind of hold space for all of them here. But Mercury, the planet of communication and thinking and ideas, is moving from Scorpio, where we feel things, where we're intuitive and focusing on sort of nonverbal and intangible ways of knowing. So, feelings and nonverbal communication. And we're moving into Sagittarius, which is the philosopher. So, the ability to reflect, to gain some perspective, the ability to tell the story of what we've been feeling. And in this case, with that Mercury in Scorpio energy that we're coming out of. So some of the stingers of Scorpio, some of the jockeying for power, especially related to verbal communication and how we use verbal communication. And again, moving into Sagittarius, where we have this bigger picture capacity to gain sort of a broader understanding, tell the story, explain, put things into words that can convey some of the deeper process. And in its position opposite Uranus, the higher mind, which Uranus is ruling rules Aquarius, modern ruler of Aquarius, where the moon is today. So we have highlighted this outside the box energy and shake up and how we connect with higher ideas and getting outside the box in our thinking. And then the ability to verbalize that with the storytelling component of Sagittarius and Mercury, communication in Sagittarius, the philosopher. So the ability to find the words to tell the story of the bigger picture, but also to explain our positions, to explain what's important to us, to articulate our higher principles and how we need to convey what's important to us. All of this in the context of the theme of this moon cycle, which is Libra. Libra new moon was the beginning of the moon cycle. So we're focusing on the theme of relationships, partnerships, how we deal with conflict, whether it's a friend or an enemy, right? So needing to come into that place of speaking our truth, finding the right words, putting things into words, telling that story, the ability to reflect on the bigger meaning of what's important to us and what we need to say. So, in our relationships, we need to be able to have this authenticity to express how we feel, where we're coming from, what our perspective is, even when, especially when it differs from someone else's. And maybe we might, have that tendency to silence ourselves because we don't think our perspective is valid or important or whatever, right? So ask yourself, what is true and right and important to me? And when you start by honoring your own place of truth for yourself, from that place, then you can share with whoever needs to hear it, right? So Mercury going into Sagittarius, the moon also transiting Pluto just before midnight Pacific on Tuesday night. So just as we head into Wednesday, we've got that Plutonian energy really putting that pressure on to be real, be raw, be honest, be authentic, uh, especially be honest with ourselves, connect with that deeper truth. Okay, all of that. Now we're going to come back to the mood of the day, which is Aquarius and moon, right? The moon in Aquarius. The moon is the mood of the day, and we're at that first quarter challenge. So the challenge says, who are you becoming? How do you need to steer something in a direction to make a decision about what's important to you, what's true and right for you, where you stand, what you need to say, what it means to be authentic. So that's the vibe for today. And in Aquarius, again, shaking things up, right? Don't be afraid to stir the pot, to say what you need to say, to be your quirky self, right? You don't have to meet any expectations other than the fact that Venus is in Libra that wants everybody to be happy, right? So that's going on too. But it's important to use this moon in Aquarius energy to be true to yourself, be honest, be authentic, and do so with yourself first and others second. Because when you're clear within yourself, it'll be much easier to share and express what you need to express to others. So, anyway, thanks for hanging in there with me through the complexities of the energies we're talking about. And we will continue as the week unfolds to follow these energies, see what they are bringing us in terms of insights and wisdom. Thanks again for being here. I'm Marina Orms. You can book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com and join me as a supporting member at transformationalastrology.com. Lots of additional tips and resources there, transformationalastrology.com. Thanks for being here and for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.